What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video I'm just going to be talking about a couple of things. And honestly, my team is in a really good spot right now. I'll be the first one to say it, but obviously the mode's going to be far from perfect, and these are a few things that I think 2K have kind of not done well this year, and I'm going to make them into a video. And like, obviously I will, well, I don't even need to forward it on. I can almost guarantee you people from 2K are going to watch this video. So like, it will be seen, and I don't want to like ask for some like crazy things, because I know a lot of these videos are going to be like, oh, we need a draft mode next year. I'm going to be completely honest. Nobody plays draft in any of the games that have draft. Like, nobody in FIFA plays draft. Nobody in, as far as from what I can see, nobody in Madden plays draft. Like, as far as I'm aware, nobody plays the draft modes in any games with a draft mode anymore. So like, everyone's pushing for a draft mode, and I really am just kind of indifferent on drafts, to be completely honest. I don't think there's much of a purpose. Like, packing playoffs is a disaster, and I think that it's going to be a novelty game mode for a week that nobody plays. So this video is going to be focusing more on things in the game mode, kind of like core concepts of the game mode that I think could have a big factor on it. Leave in the comments what you guys think, whether you guys agree, disagree with what I'm saying, or any ideas you have, because obviously I'll be making multiple of these videos probably over the next month or so, because I know if I give, this might even be too late. Giving them this information in April might be too late, but there are some really minor fixes that honestly they could fix in 2K21 if they really wanted to. Some of these are that minor, but anyway, before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We have more MyTEAM content than anywhere else, and if you guys want to learn about the game mode, learn about the ins and outs of my team, and just overall listen to some Irish lad talking about the game mode, this is the place to be. So, one thing that I understand, but I never understood why it was so high, is the auction house tax. So, for example, if you sold your Will Chamberlain and he went for 600k, you would lose 60,000 of that in auction house tax. I understand the purpose of an auction house tax. Like, people are like, there shouldn't be any tax on the card, it's a video game. And to them I say, like, from being in FIFA, from like knowing kind of the ins and outs of that game for as long as I can remember, honestly, since I was like 14, 15 and playing Ultimate Team, if there was no tax system in the game, the cards would go just ridiculously expensive. Like, a lot of the time, people trading, people buying, selling cards, people will have accumulated just so much MT that the cards would just go stupidly expensive. I'm telling you, there needs to be some tax, but 10% is way too high. 10% is way too high. That kind of kills any sort of trading, kills any sort like of sniping, and also if you just want to sell your players, it kills their value. Like, you lose 10% on a card. So if you pack a card, you're getting 10% less than it sells for. So for me, it discourages people trying out cards. Like, for example, again, if you wanted to try out Wilt and you bought him for, say, 500k, another thing that definitely needs to change next year is 2K, please let us buy out cards. I know why you do it. Like, actually, I'm not even going to say this because I know they're not going to change it. If you guys don't know the reason why we have no buyouts above 100k and 4-hour auctions, it's nothing to do with the price of the cards. 2K couldn't care less about that. The reason why is because people say, like on FIFA or something, the buyouts, like, they have price range, but people buy out the cards straight away. So people are opening packs when the cards first come out, trying to sell them. But the thing is that unless you will not, like, it's almost like a FOMO effect, like a fear of missing out. Like, players really want the cards when they come out, and for 4 hours, the only way that they can get the cards is by pulling packs. So because there's no 1-hour auctions, people are a lot more likely to open packs. If it was 1-hour auctions, even if it was no buyout, they would say, okay, I'm gonna go and I'll just wait the hour and buy it with the MT. Whereas a lot of people end up opening packs because of the whole 4-hour situation. So, like, I understand, like, that'll never change. As much as it doesn't make sense having buyouts at 100k when cards sometimes can go for 1 million, as much as it doesn't make sense having a 4-hour auction house instead of a 1-hour one, it's obvious why 2K are doing it, and it's for money. And look, that's something that I'm not really that fussed about. Like, it should be better, yeah, but look, it makes 2K more money, and there's bigger battles to fight, and I think the 5% tax is a much bigger battle to fight something that we could definitely, that's reasonable, that might be done. Tax lowering to 5%, because I don't think that really affects 2K's bottom line, because at the end of the day, we have to look at things that are going to both improve the game for the player base, as well as, one, make 2K lose less money, or not make 2K lose money, because if they're going to even lose 1 cent extra, it's not going to be done. And some of these suggestions might make 2K more money. So, one thing I'm going to say is, the exchange, another one is the exchange has been the worst thing ever. Irrelevant, pointless. And a big reason, not a big reason, the reason, original owner. If there was no such thing as original owner cards, the exchange wouldn't be that bad. It wouldn't. Like, Lou Hudson's an opal. If you had scrapped the original owners and said 4 pink diamonds, 3 diamonds, 8 amethysts, 15 Hawks players, and 20 Sapphire players for an opal, when he first came out, yes, he's steep. Yes, he's steep, but if he's a good enough card, like, a lot of people might just say, you know what, it's worth it spending the whatever 100k or so for a card like this because I really like the card. Like, make them actually worthwhile. Like, nobody does these and nobody cares about these for a reason. Like, we have the 5 original owner Amethyst and 8 original owner Milwaukee Bucks players. Like, this is already overpriced even if you take away the original owner. So I just don't see the point of it. Like, if you're going to keep in original owner concept, if you're going to keep in original owners and make original owners be used in every single exchange, don't bring the exchange back. Straight up. If you're 2K, if anyone at my team is planning on doing the same, pulling the same stunt with the exchange as you guys did this year and making everything need original owner players and forcing people to buy packs, just do not bring it back. We will be perfectly happy if we never see the exchange again and it's tossed to the side as a failed experiment. But what I won't be happy with is if we see the same stunts pulled again. Like, the fact is that these original owner cards weren't in Triple Threat Online until I made a 20-minute video ranting, or not 20 minutes, probably a rant video got 20k views in the first hour. That's why I had 20 in my head. A rant video got 20k views in the first hour, and people were going to 2K's heads because these cards were original owners in VC only packs, and the only reason people were able to get them was because they were adding to Triple Threat boards after the rant video. Like, it shouldn't take a rant from a random Irish lad to get you guys to make cards not literally pay to get. But yeah, 2K, the exchange can be a good concept. Like with FIFA SBCs, things like that, they actually can be a good concept. Things like this, even at the start of the year, like if you took out original owners, this wasn't actually a half bad exchange to do at the start of the year. It really wasn't. But the problem is that, like, 5 original owner Ruby point cards, like, I have played this game for the whole year and I have 6. Like, it's just too much. It was just too much. Even though at the time it was fine, it's just too much. And it's one of those things where it's like, the more you try force people into this menu right here, the more it's going to turn off people like myself. Like, there's a reason why, like, in 2K17 and 18, even where I didn't spend money, I wasn't as heavily against this menu right here and clicking this button right here. And because it's just been so jammed down our throats trying to get us into these menus. Trying to get us into this menu. The fact is, to even check the odds, you have to click in to buy the pack. Like, oh, don't even get me started on that. But, yeah, basically, if you're going to use the exchange again, I don't even mind the original owner concept. It's cool looking on cards. I don't even mind it for extra XP because it's on top of XP we're getting. I actually don't mind that at all. But if there's original owner if you're bringing back the exchange and you want original owner concepts, I don't know who thought it was a good idea, but do not do it again. If you plan on putting original owner cards back in for exchange rewards, scrap the entire exchange. There's no point to it because no one will ever use it in the game next year. Trust me, they won't. It's pointless. So another thing is contracts. The contract situation is laughable. Why can we only hold 20 contracts? Like, that's the big problem. Is it's not even the contracts are that expensive because they're not. Like, they're expensive. They're not that expensive. But you can go over 20 contracts in one box. You can hit over 20 contracts. Like if you're looking at my packs, like, I've got all of these packs here because I'm like, okay, I don't want to go over 20 contracts. So I have so many 5 contract, 3 contract, silver contract, gold contract packs because I can't go over 20 contracts. And also, like, Why can't you just do it like FIFA? FIFA has contracts. I have no problem with contracts because they're pack filler. Why can't you make it so that we can have up to 1,000 contracts, and one contract, instead of 5 games for a gold contract, is 15 games or is 10 games? What's wrong with that? Like, what would be wrong with doubling the amount of games per contract? And even though the worst part of it all is this, I'm going to say this now, this is the most ridiculous part, is the price. Like, the price of the contracts. Like, you're making, like, 40 MT should be 5 games for a Dark Matter. I don't care. It should be free to use Root. It should be as good as free to use Diamonds. Like, it should be for 5 contracts, should be 5 MT. It should be 40 MT for a Dark Matter. Not 600 MT. Like, 600 MT for pink, like, for the 3rd highest tier, which is Pink Diamonds. I get it, like, these were the costs originally with Pink Diamonds, back when Pink Diamonds was the highest tier in the game. But you brought in 2 extra tiers, but you've kept the contract at the same price. Why is it that if you have a full lineup of Diamond players or higher, it is impossible? It is literally impossible to profit on a game. Because, guess what? No matter how much XP you get, or MT you get, if you play a game of Hall of Fame Domination and Glitch Domination, and you end up getting... So, if you're looking here, so it says here, earn 1,025. So if you end up earning 2,000 XP, like beating the Hall of Fame difficulty Domination, you know how much MT you get. So if it could say at the end of your game you get 2,000 MT, you only get 1,200, because the game caps at 1,200. You physically cannot, no matter how much it tells you at the end of the game, you can't get more than 1,200 MT. So for 5 games, you cannot get more than 6,000. And like, again, 6 Pink Diamond or higher players for 5 games cost 6, or 10 Pink Diamond or higher players for 5 games cost 10,000 MT, or 6,000 MT. So you literally, if you're running Pink Diamonds or higher, and you are playing games based off your contracts, you are literally impossible to make a profit from playing the games. Literally impossible. That needs to change. Contract, either fix how much you can earn at the end of games, which is something it's a joke, like a bigger deal needs to be made out of it, that if you could see 1,700 XP or MT at the end of the game and you only get 1,200 because the game thinks that it's only humanly possible to go over 1,200, and most of the time when you're playing a game you're getting over 1,200 if you're good at the game and you're blowing out your opponent. But that's something for a different video. But just the contract situation, I only have to bring that up because you're making a loss. You're making a loss. The contract situation, it should not cost more than 40 MT or something for contracts. Keep them in the game for pack filler. I don't care. Like, I don't care if you have them in the game because there's not enough stuff for pack filler. You don't want to put 4 cards in a pack, then people will complain they might spend less money. I'm good with that. But just please make contracts. Make them as good as free. Do what EA do. And you know it's bad when I'm saying for 2K should be more like EA. Because EA are not disasters. EA are disasters. Like, we've all seen, like, anyone who plays FIFA knows how bad EA are. And in 90% of the things, I'm going to say 2K are doing a better job. In terms of the game mode, in terms of, like, constant content, they're doing a great job. Like, I have to give 2K a lot of props for what they've done with this game mode. But in this one regarding contracts, be more like EA, please. But then we have got unlimited reward fix. So this might be the most biggest joke of a game mode in this entire mode. And for those of you wondering why I'm 1-3, I got lineup glitched 3 times in a row on PS3. And if you guys don't know, the lineup glitch is back, where someone can stop you from going into a game and you have to quit and take the loss. They can get you stuck on 99% loading. So yeah, just a heads up, I don't know how to do it, I don't know how to stop it, but very soon you're going to be seeing people saying unlimited is unplayable again, just like around this time last year. It was last May, it's this April, but I got lineup glitch. Either way, like, you get rewards going through the tiers, and I'm fine with that. Why do you not get a reward for staying in a tier? Like, why? Like, you got rewards last year. Last year when you played 12-0, if you went 11-1, you got a reward. If you won 1 game, you got a reward. If you won 2 games, you got a reward. Like, you constantly got rewards. Now, if you win your 57 games in a row, you literally are playing for no reason. It happened to me season 1. I completed the Opal tier twice, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna get my Pink Diamond Paul Pierce twice, just for like whatever. I think he was like 1,500 MT to this guy. I was like, you know what? Or 3,000 MT. I was like, I might as well do it. Nope. You just don't get the rewards again. So once you complete it all, you don't get rewards. You don't get rewards for staying in the tier. And that is something that I think is really bad. There needs to be rewards for staying in the tier. There needs to be rewards. Because if you're going to bring in skill-based matchmaking, like and I'm telling you right now, 2K have brought in skill-based matchmaking. The higher your record is, the better your record is, the better players you play against. Simple as that. Obviously, squad overall does matter in some way, but the better you are, the better players you play against. I've played on dummy accounts and played bums. Like on my... I've played on... And when I play on this account, my teams are nowhere near... Like, I play against good teams on this account because my record is still probably like... Well, until obviously apart from this season, it's probably like 85% through the year. On this account, so it's not too bad. But like when I try, I can't even play. I won't even play the game anymore unlimited on my main account because my record for the year is like 97%. So like I've played it twice and I've tried using bad teams. One game it just 20 minutes, couldn't find a game, and then the other game I was using a like 84 overall lineup and I came up against an all dark matter squad. So like it's a bad one. So especially if you're gonna bring in that, like I have no problem with SBMM, but reward people. Do make it a system where if you're in the silver tier, you're only playing against guys in, for example, the silver tier, the gold tier, and the bronze tier. And if you go up, you get your reward. And if you get relegated, you get something. If you go from silver to bronze, you get something. You might even get 500 MT. Where there's rewards, there's like staying in the division rewards. You get, for example, 5-pack. If you're, I don't know, you get like a pack, 1,000 MT. And 5 tokens. You get relegated, you might get 1,000 MT. You get promoted, you might get 5 packs, 10 tokens, and 3,000 MT. Something like that. Like, obviously don't make the rewards overkill. But then when you get into the opal tier, if you're only playing guys in the opal tier and the pink diamond tier, you should make it that if you win the opal tier, obviously you get the 12-0 card, the best card in the game. But if you repeatedly go 12-0, that instead of like you just not getting the reward, that you get, I don't know, you get choice of other, if you get it once, it's like choice of other season rewards or free pink diamond pack or free, like obviously you got Micah Red, maybe free Galaxy Opal pack plus 10,000 MT plus 30 tokens if you can go 12-0 twice. And if you're going to keep doing SBMM, it's very difficult to go 12-0. And yes, there are going to be 20-25 players on each server that are going to be constantly able to get the best rewards. But like that's even like almost the case in FIFA. Or you can bring in like a rival system like in FIFA where you're working towards points. And at the end of each week, you play against people of similar skill level. At the end of each week, you hit a certain amount of points to get certain rewards. Because right now, Unlimited is the least rewarding game I've ever played. Like, I don't care about Micah Red. So what the hell am I doing? Why would I ever play this game mode? Like if I win, I spend an hour playing the game. You get a silver player, a silver contract, and a silver badge. Like, what's the point? Like, what is actually the point? These rewards weren't terrible in September. They're the same rewards. You're giving out essentially the same rewards. Like, this silver glitch reality pack should have a diamond in it. I'm not even kidding. This silver glitch reality pack should have a diamond in it because of the stage we're in. Or not even a diamond. Maybe an amethyst. An amethyst right now is the equivalent of a silver back in back at launch, but it doesn't. The rewards aren't updating. The rewards are just simply not good enough for Unlimited, and that needs to change. Like, there's no reason why anyone would sweat their asses off for 25 minutes playing a game when there's nothing to play. And the thing is, you can't even go casually. And you might be saying, oh, but some people just want to play the game and just have fun. But it's not a casual mode. Like, you are playing, like, there are rewards. Like, people are sweating every game. There's no casual mode. Like, if you just want to go out and chill, like, or you just want to go out and beat someone by 50, there is no casual mode to do that. There is no mode where you're not playing for rewards where people aren't just going to completely sweat. At least last year we had the multiplayer challenge. Like, at least last year, if you wanted to score 100 points in a MyTEAM unlimited gameplay for a cool video, you could play the multiplayer challenge. But Limited, fantastic mode. I love Limited. I haven't got a ring. Haven't had time to play it because 2K made the rings ultra rare again. Like, I haven't played since the week I played 14 games just to see the ring once in my like 4th game and didn't see it again. Like, I played 11 games without seeing the ring, and I just say, you know what, I'm not playing this game mode anymore. Like, it's if you're gonna make a ring system, make it so that you can catch up on rings. Make it so that there's a max ring. So, like, for example, like, I had no time to play it last week. And I don't care about getting a Hall of Fame badge. I don't even play Hall of Fame badge. Every car has every Hall of Fame badge now. I don't care. So, like, for Limited as well, the reward needs to be, like, you need to be able to play catch up. Like, we're in week 2 right now. There is no reason why I shouldn't be able to get week 1 and week 2 rings. Cap it. Make it so you can't obviously get 6 rings in 1 week. But also, make it so that you can play catch up. Because I would love to be playing out here with gold, silver, and bronze players. And I'm just sitting here like, do I like the game enough to grind? Like, this is obviously my job. I play the game a lot. It's like, do I want to spend time, like it's Easter weekend as well, it's like, do I want to spend time with my family, or do I want to absolutely grind this mode? I'm like, I don't really want to grind the mode, but if there was potential for me getting Rashard Lewis, like I might say right now, instead of ranting about it, I might be actually playing the mode and trying to get my 2 rings and playing catch up, rather than me saying I don't care about a Hall of Fame badge, so I'm just not going to play the mode for these entire 6 weeks. It's leading, like the way the reward system works, that you can't catch up on rings, literally means that if somebody misses 1 week, they'll just stop playing the mode. I missed ring number 4 last season, so I just didn't even play it last week because I couldn't care less. I missed ring number 1 because I was just too busy. So I'm in a position where I just couldn't care less. And I know people have played over 35 games of limited and I haven't got the ring. But I will say, the limited rewards are really dope. The limited rewards are good. The in-game rewards, the packs and stuff, this mode actually gives really good rewards for winning games. I will say that. The limited rewards for things in-game are good. So that is one positive about this mode. So you can make a ton of MT off packs from limited. And last thing, there are 2 things that are needed. And I think the 2K did a horrible job. You have 2 modes, unlimited and limited, which 2K, you tried to make a hybrid casual / competitive. You can't do that. You cannot put rewards in a mode that you expect to be played casually, and you can't make rewards this bad in a competitive mode. So there needs to be something to separate. Like, there needs to be an extra mode, like 1v1s, online friendlies. My Team Limited needs to be a week-long thing. Make My Team... If you made it, like if 2K made My Team Limited a weekly thing, I probably would. And then say, for example, you could get a ring during the week, you could get all these individual prizes, and they had different themes each week. I would be happy with that, because that would be like a more casual mode. People wouldn't be playing for rewards. It would be much more of a chilled mode. But because the weekend mode, and people are literally sweating. Like, you've turned what should be a casual mode into competitive mode because everyone's sweating for rings. So there needs to be, either make My Team Limited the full week, or just put in like friendlies. Put in friendlies like in FIFA, things like that, where you can only use a certain amount of cards for friendlies. Where there's a bunch of different like friendly options where it's like 5 opals or less, things like that. Just bring in something like that. Bring in a mode for casuals. And then make the rewards better in these. And last thing I'm going to suggest, maybe bring in a weekend league. Maybe a weekend league. I don't know how it would work in 2K, but I think you should scrap the 250k tournament concept. As in, you should completely scrap the way you're running the 250k tournament right now, because it's a disaster. It is an absolute disaster. Like, obviously, like there's people getting error coded left, right, and center. Week 1, Ty got error coded, Splash got error coded, I got error coded. Back in my prime at the start of this game. Week 2, Jin got error coded. Week 3, I think Jin lost week 3. But like, there are so many just error codes. Like, 2K literally have their current 250k qualifying system is the worst system in history, and it is the worst gaming qualification system in the history of gaming. And it's almost as bad as FIFA having their rock paper scissors for qualification in FIFA 20. Like, it's nearly that bad. And yeah, like, it just needs to change. So what I would say is have like a weekend league type thing where you play, I don't know, 25 games. You play 25 games against other people in weekend league. Bring in your SBMM, and to qualify for like the 250k tournament, you need to win 22 games. So it's every single week, and say the 250k tournament is in January, and if you've won 22 games any of the weeks, well, you get rewards. The more wins you get, the more rewards you get. For example, if you go and get 22 wins, your account becomes automatically eligible to enter into like the tournament. So you can register for the 250k qualifiers if you win 22 out of 25 games. And then each region has their own qualifiers then. So for example, in like January or February, when you are running the like actual 250k tournament, maybe have regional qualifiers then. So everyone from Europe that won 22 out of 25 games, they all put their names into this tournament. They play in an online tournament because there's no real lag, there's no real delay in that. And then, I don't know, maybe the top 2 in Europe, the top 4 in North America. Or sorry, the top 2 in Europe, the top 2 in NA East, the top 2 in NA West, and then the top 2 in in like the Asia servers, like Australia, Japan, Philippines, like New Zealand, all them are on the Asia servers. Maybe the top 2 in each servers. You fly those out and have your whole 250,000 tournament with just 8 players. And even if you don't want to give them money for winning the qualifiers, at least it's a somewhat decent tournament. You're only flying out 8 people, not 32. Something like that. Not like what you did last time with the European guys playing on borderline unplayable lag. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, lads. I think a weekend league concept could be a bit asking a little bit too much because, you know, it's something kind of new and I don't necessarily know how much new 2K are going to bring into the mode. One thing everyone's going to ask for is draft mode. I simply don't want it. I don't think I'll ever play it. I don't think you guys will ever play it. I just think it's been so many years of people asking for a draft mode that I think it's just become a general consensus in the community that the game mode's dead till as a draft mode. I don't think anyone will play it. I don't think anyone plays draft modes. I played FIFA. I don't remember the last time I've even considered playing the draft. I just don't think that's a mode. So I think a weekend league type mode could be interesting. But something that's needed is catch-up rings in Unlimited. Unlimited rewards need to be fixed. And limited needs to be a week-long thing and not a weekend thing. So, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. These are just some quite simple changes. Outside of the weekend league, which is obviously probably a bit too optimistic, every one of these changes could probably be brought into 2K20 right now. Or 2K21 right now. Like 2K could probably, in a patch, bring most of these in. They don't even need a new game. So like these are minor enough changes, because I know obviously big game mode changes are gonna need a lot. Like it's gonna need like a new game. But yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is just, again, 27 minutes of me kind of like ranting at some of the small things, some very, very small things. But I think these are small things that I don't understand how they're overlooked, and they would make the game mode a significantly better experience. And I'm pretty sure it wouldn't take more than one patch for 2K to bring 4 of these 5 things into the game. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.